got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Get lit, transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get lit, get lit. Get lit, Well, hello. It is Tina with Enrich by Tina, here to help you get your whole life together. And I am doing that in real time, real life, getting my whole life together, mind, body, and soul. And we are just super excited of what the Lord is doing. And I am here trying to continue this journey of my going live for 21 days, the challenge that I have taken, and it has become, it's becoming to grow on me. And so I am super excited to be bringing you yet. Look, I forgot Mr. Blackman have a fit. If I got something in this background, I forgot I had my jacket up there. But anyway, here to bringing you Tina's tips. Yes, once again, and wanted to just say hello to who's live. How you doing? I wanted just to say we have started our journey of not we, me, and then some of you have been definitely holding me accountable of me getting moving and doing some things. Shout out to Teresa. She was like, "What are you doing?" Well, you can let's walk. Before I had a recording last night, and as you all know, I'm a project manager for a film that we're doing, and I need to put the link up there. Let you all check out our movie. Good morning, Dr. LeJune. How you doing, neighbor? Shout out to you with your steps. I said, okay. So we have started our checking in a little bit with our virtual group, and they killing it. Like Patricia, man, I had 5,000 and some odd steps, right? I thought I was doing something, but honey, Patricia is doing the doggone thing, and she's motivating me today. I'm gonna try to get me some more steps. And then Dr. LeJune, she had 8,000 steps. So congratulations to you. I want to know what y'all doing. Tell me, because I thought I was doing something with my 5,000. Well, I was doing something, because it's more than zero. So I was doing something, but I was like, I had 5,313 steps yesterday, and Dr. LeJune, she had 8,264, and then and so that's exciting. So Patricia had 8,000 steps on Monday, and so yesterday she posted. She tagged me. It's on the page, so I'm gonna go get it right quick, because she tagged me. I want to say she had 12,000 and some odd steps that she had yesterday. So shout out to everyone that's getting moving. Teresa, yes, thank you for our walk yesterday. Listen, that little hill, in the back of the church, baby. I was walking and talking, and I was like, whew, I'm about out of breath, but I kept on kicking. So I was like, okay, that was a good little brisk. That was a good little thing. And we probably need to do like 2 rounds of that, Teresa, and that probably would get us a good They probably get us right at maybe 25 minutes because it took us about, I guess, about 15 minutes. So if we did that twice, that would get us a good 30 minutes doing and taking that lap around the church. But yes, so I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's gonna meet me at 5 a.m. I put it in the group chat to see who wants to get up at 5 a.m. and then we get some walking going. So between that and moving around, and then get my other steps. So I'm gonna try to push myself up because evidently I need to kind of push myself to move. I need to look and see what's my average steps. And my goal is to make it a little bit more steps that day. And it's certainly good to see everybody's numbers because it pushes you, it motivates you to say, okay, is this what we're doing? So let me see what I can do. So I thank God for a community of people. Y'all, it's hot in here, and these glasses keep fogging up. I don't want to turn this air up, but I might have to because I'm having, as they say, having that private morning. What's going on, Mo? So good to see you. And so I'm excited. And then I have a whole nother accountability group that we're watching what we're eating and trying to do those types of things. So that's my accountability group that I have started. I know those of us as a part of the sister circle, we started on Sunday, doing something. And so we're trying to make sure we hold each other accountable doing those things so we can be moving in a direction that God has for us. And so in order for us to be able to do the things that God has for us, we have to be physically fit. We have to be well enough to do this. So shout out to all of you all that's pushing me to say, girl, you got this. And as they say, it always takes a village. And I thank God for the village that I have that pushes me, motivates me, that keeps me moving in the direction and doing the things that God would have for me. So um let's go with today's message. Is talking about we're in not Proverbs, Psalm. Good morning, good morning. What's going on, Crystal? So good to see you. Um, Proverbs 34 and 8. And it talks about we're talking about experiencing God, encountering his goodness in our everyday life. Good morning, Dr. Sam. So good to see you. And so I'm gonna read it to see. I think I got the translation version up. Um, Shout out to Pastor Carla because that's her favorite version. And so I'm looking at it and it's weighing on me. And I think Elder Keisha Thorpe, she likes the translation Bible as well. Um, it just gives it a little bit more, give you a little bit more explanation of what we're doing. And so Psalms 34 and 8 says this. Y'all, excuse me, like I told you, I'm hot and I'm having a moment because it's hot and my glasses keep fogging up. Okay. But that's part of life, y'all. That's part of getting older. Good morning, Mother McKnight. Good morning, good morning. And it like I told y'all, when you do something, it it bogs you up. So it says it gets, y'all know me, if I get twisted up, I get twisted up, but hold on. Cause I got to be able to see, to be able to read, to tell y'all what it is. Oh, you like the Passion Translation too? Yes, I sent, yes, Lord, please send a breeze. It says, drink deeply of the pleasures of this God, experiencing for yourself the joyous mercies he gives to all who turns to hide in him. And then let me see. I want to say in the King James version it says, "Oh, taste and see," but let me make sure that Yep, it is. This is the one. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. And so when you think about this and you think about in the translation version, it says it just breaks it down a little bit better for you. Drink deeply of the pleasures of this God, experiencing for yourself. Like you ain't even nobody ain't got to tell you about it. Experience for yourself the joyous mercies he gives in all who turn to hide themselves in him, meaning make him be your secret place. So when you hide in him, and so um when you think about um your Psalms 34 and 8, it tells us it's like a personal, your own personal experience with God. So when you taste and see that the Lord is good, this isn't just like, when you taste something for yourself, there's nothing nobody can tell you about what you taste and what you feel. And so when you think about this, you know that his goodness is good, it's real, it's any and everything that you need. And so he's forever helping us um navigate and go on and reckon and do the things that he does for us. Like nobody can tell you about your experience. Nobody can tell you when you eat, like you go to a restaurant and it's really good, and then you go to tell somebody else about it. Like your taste buds is your taste buds. What you experience is what you experience. So the Lord, your experience with God is glorious and it's great. So when you think about, we've been talking about mindset, we've been talking about all these things so much, like, and thinking about what we've been thinking about and all these types of things. So when you think about taste, that's when you're engaging in his presence. Yes, yes, yes. So when the taste is given, it is you actively is taking in, embracing what you feel, what your palate, how you feel it, what it does. Um, it's intentional. Like God, when we seeking God and in his presence, and you get to experience him, there is nothing um that will make you second guess serving him. Like when you get his experience, it's nothing else that you can do. And when it's nothing nobody else can tell you about him that that could make you not believe what you experience. So and that's just like a good, when you got like a good burger, like let me see, where is a good place that I go? Like yesterday, I went to Chili's. Now, although I didn't need the pasta, so I said, "Okay, Tina, you can't get used to this dish." But I tried something different because I was like, I didn't want what I normally get there, which is some chips, and I usually get a quesadilla. And so I said, "Well, let me try this Cajun pasta." Baby, the Cajun pasta was good. So it probably was a good thing that I walked a second walk, because the pasta, although it's good and tasty, it's not something that I really need to keep in my palate, because the pasta turns into sugar, right? It's a starch that turns into sugar that raises those numbers. But I went on that second walk yesterday afternoon, and that kind of helped balance out that I what I just had. So yes, yes. So um when you think about it, you can't taste what you don't try, right? Like so you can't, if you never experienced God and all his goodness, you can't tell someone else about his goodness if you never tried it. And I admonish you to try Jesus, because everything about him and his benefits is is wonderful. He has a wonderful track record. So when you think about, when you want to engage in him, you have to invite him into where you are. Yes, and that invitation, when you give him your heart and your mind and your soul. I don't know how you all felt when you first gave your life to Christ. It was a different experience. And when you start building upon what God had already done in you, you told everybody in the world. Let me tell you about a man who helped me with da 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 whatever your issue was, whatever your sin and was. And as we continue to ask him to come into our heart right now, our experiences that we get and our revelations that we get from God, there's nothing that um we can't do, or things that we won't tell somebody about, that I mean, I'm sorry, things that we will tell somebody about because of what our experiences is. Like for me, I'm super super excited because I've now the day is 14 days. I've been getting up earlier than what I've been doing because I have been letting Deacon Sheets go, right? So when you let something go or whatever that thing that's holding you go and you start experiencing the goodness of God, you want to tell somebody about it. You want to let somebody know God is good. He's keeping my mind. It's a few days after Mother's Day. Normally I'm in a big old slump. I'm still in my feelings, still don't want to go on Facebook. I don't want to see nobody posting no pictures with them and their mama. Why? Because I don't have a picture. I'm not with me and my mama. So this year, I normally don't post. I normally don't even say nothing. So I did post a picture, and then I posted it. Now my profile picture is a picture of me and my mama. Matter of fact, it's the very last picture that me and my mama took together with my granddaughter and my daughter. That was the last Mother's Day that last picture that I took with my mama. The very last picture, because right after then, a couple of more days after that, she just was starting to go downhill. And so when I start thinking about it, so when May comes, like April comes, it starts, those feelings start coming up. Then it get around Mother's Day. And then, we went to the doctor shortly after the Mother's Day. They ran tests. Then by the end of May, it's like they told her she had cancer on a Wednesday. She stopped walking on a Saturday. The next Saturday, she was gone. So all of this stuff happened in May. So May usually is one of those months that's just, not only is it Mother's Day, but it's the day when everything transpired. So I'm trying to make May a better month. I don't want to be sitting back in the slum. So me getting up, starting my day, getting in my word, getting in my devotion, coming in, motivating you, getting my movement. Then I go to my nudge. Life has been better for me because I've changed my perspective, and I have been being very intentional by inviting God into my life. So when you do those types of things, when you engage in Him, you can encounter Him and His goodness in your everyday life. And so, yes, you may have some moments. Yes, there may be some times when you're feeling a certain type of way, but continue to invite him into your heart. And then number two, so we said number one was taste, where you can engage into his presence. And then number two is see, where you recognize his hand is at work. Meaning when you realize, when your eyes is focused on his faithfulness, you don't have time to think about who hurt you, who did what. I really have not had time to really sit and wallow in something. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, thank God. Yes, that's right. Because you know what? We went to your grandmother's service. We sure did. We left the doctor and went to your grandmother's service. Sure did. So I get it. And it does all those triggers. So when you start thinking about all his faithfulness, and that's what you have to do. You have to start turning on that bulb, and that means in that arsenal of scriptures, you have to start pulling out what makes you bring you joy, bring you happiness. You have to start pulling on those scriptures like, God, he that has begun a good work in me shall perform it to the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then when you start thinking about, I want to say it's Proverbs 3, 5 and 6 or 7 and 8, where it talks about whatsoever thing is just, whatsoever thing is pure, if there be any virtue, be any praise, think on these things. So you got to start pulling out of your arsenals. Okay, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Now, Father, I may not see, I may not feel, I may not understand, I may not, all those things you start, all this crazy stuff that come through your mind, that you have to silence the noise in your head, because the enemy will get in there and he will make you forget that God has already delivered you from whatever you're trying to, from whatever the circumstances is. And then you have to keep saying, when these feelings come up, yes, Junebug left me. He left me. He distraught. He took everything out of the house. He took all of everything, left me high and dry, or left you emotionally hurt. Okay, we there, but guess what? You got to start looking and recognizing God's work as a hand and thinking about his faithfulness. Because if you start thinking about who hurt you, what they did, how they did it, and when they did it, you will stay stuck right there in that situation and you won't be able to move. And being stuck is not a place to be. We have to move forward. So when you think about Lot's wife, she wanted to look one more time. And that looking back got her stuck to eternity. You don't want to be stuck to eternity. So even when it is very difficult, you have to start pulling out of your arsenal all his goodness, all the great things he's done. So you start as a as our circle pastor would say, I need to see the receipts. Start looking at your past wins. And I think it's you, Dr. Sam, that you have a jar of answered prayers, or when God has done some things and then you start going in that joy jar. Do something, give you a joy jar. Start pulling out your receipts. When he start coming, okay, what's my evidence that God has been doing some things to me? What is his faithfulness for me? Let me pull this. Girl, he healed me from cancer. Boom. Lord, he kept me from having a heart attack or stroke. When I think about 2 weeks ago, I'm up in it. I mean, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, like on this very day, I was up in the whole emergency room. About to, they didn't discharge me till about 8 or 9 o'clock. I had been over in the night, over into Wednesday, with blood pressure, got my head swimming. That could have been another way. I could have really, it could have really done something to my mental capacity, my physical capacity. That blood pressure being out of control could have done some damage. But I thank God that I do remember it. And I thank God that I didn't experience what somebody else experienced with the same numbers. So he gives us grace and he gives us mercy. So let's start thinking on his goodness and thinking of those things. And then the last thing, and I'm gonna get out of your way. Trust in the Lord, right? We gotta trust, which means we gotta rest in the results of his goodness. If he says he's gonna do it, his goodness is just not a feeling, it's a fact. He's gonna be good to you. Okay? Period. There's nothing about him that says he's gonna do us wrong. His track record never has never been broken of a promise that he did not do. If it didn't happen, that means what, Teresa? The timing wasn't right. Isaiah 60 and 22. When when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. So guess what? We can't even get upset about what woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because guess what? If the timing ain't right, it ain't gonna happen. So that's when you just hold back and say, okay, let me chill, let me sit back, let me wait, let me see what God has for me. And then you have to trust and build your confidence. And when you trust and build that confidence, it fuels your peace. And he will keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on him. So let's not get bogged down with what's happening. Because if we look about what's happening in this world with all these tariffs and all these jobs being cut and all these programs being cut and this and that, it's enough to make you think, well, is there a God? But we know God is sitting high on the throne, and He's never leave us. He would never forsake us. And then it says, "I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread." So long as we are the seed, His seed, and we work with Him, and as they say, you rocking with Jesus, I am. I rocks with Jesus. So and since I rocks with Jesus, He rocks with me, right? And He's gonna protect me. So I know the believers. We know who God is, right? We know what He can do, and we know that He's faithful in just that. So listen, I'm gonna give you a few things to do, and then I'm gonna get out your way. So listen, one thing that you can do is start a daily goodness journal. I think that goes back into what Dr. Sam has. Like she has that prayer, and when he answers things, but get your goodness and start writing down small stuff, like in the moment. Put some stuff in there. Just start writing down in your journal. And guess what? I'm gonna do it. You know, I always give people things to do but when it come to writing, I just act like I don't know. I'm gonna start doing it. And I used to do it um probably a few years ago. I would right before I go to bed, I would write down, my days and write something down. And it's just like going to bed with something positive on your mind. And then it just helps me sleep better. And I used to do that when I had a when I had a nightly routine. And I'm getting back to that because this getting up this 5:45 and getting up at 5:30 and getting up this time, baby, is something. So listen. So write down some small things to help rewire your mind to some gratitude. Because we want to make sure that we're encountering God and that we have some good experiences. So let's write down those things. And number two, this one right here about this one was definitely for me. Pause before you react. Because if we're gonna see all this goodness that He has, we can't be complaining. I'm not stuck. I just pause for a minute. Because when something don't go my way, put a one in the chat. If things don't go your way, do you go out and complain? Put a one in the chat. I just want to see uh if I'm talking to the right people. And if I'm talking good, let me know that. Say, girl, you own something. Because God is so good. And we have to put our trust in Him. So we got to pause before we react. And that one right there was me. That was me. And then number one, begin to testify. Share your story. Like somebody needs to hear what you're going through because it's not just for you. Somebody else need to hear what you're going through. So many people have reached out to me since I talked about my story and my journey and what I'm doing, and they was like, girl, I really need to hear that. I really need to hear this. And you never know what you're doing if um if it's on point or whatever. So anytime anybody's doing something and it resonates with you, let them know. Like if it really helps you, let them know. Cause you don't know what that means. Like that meant the world to me. Like, okay, so I'm not just up talking just to hear myself talk. People are really listening and it is really because you know how you can get in your own head and get in your own thoughts and things. Don't nobody want to hear this. Don't nobody want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And it be exactly what somebody needs to hear. So so tell somebody about it because when you think about all these things and you think about His goodness and you want to be able to experience Him, then you got to be able to do all these things to build up to experience what God has for you. So remember, tell somebody your story. Start this gratitude journey. And if you do it, come back and tell me. Like, say, tell me what it did for you. Like, is it helping you? Or, girl, I don't know. So, because I'm gonna start it today. And I'm gonna do it for I'm gonna do it for the remainder of the month. And I'm gonna see how it makes my day go, how it makes it change my life. Because when you change your action, you change your words, you change your thought pattern. When you change your thought pattern, you can be more successful. Like, instead of getting up, oh, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, and start complaining about stuff, be more grateful. Be grateful to what God has for you. Because when God does a thing, he does a thing. And so just remember that you have control over what it is that you're doing, and you need to make sure that God is ever first in your life, and keep him first, and watch God move when you change your mindset, when you change what you say, it then begins to change your life. All right, well, that's all I have for you this morning. And y'all, let's get ready. I'm gonna lace up these shoes, and I'm gonna get a little walking going, because we're on day 10. And so I'll see y'all over there in the Sister Circle for day 10. It is worth it day. So let's see what we finna find out. And I believe it's gonna be Dr. Sam this morning. So I'm gonna tie my hair back down, because she been snatching edges this week. That's all I'm gonna say. So get on over there. You got a good 15 minutes, I believe, about 12, 13 minutes. Get on over there, and I'll see y'all over there with the Sister Circle for day 10. It's worth it. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some traveling music on your way out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same back channel. Have a good day.
Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything.